Hello, welcome to a very exciting video. I have a few fun, exciting announcements that I've been kind of like holding on to for a while. And I really thought that by the time I came to film this video, I'd be, I'd be okay. But I'm still very nervous. The things I'm gonna be talking about today, they're very exciting, but they also make me, need to like anxiety poop, you know? So you've already seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail, you know kind of what's coming. So I'm just gonna get right into it. So the first thing I'm gonna be talking about is something that I am the most grateful for, and that is you. So a few weeks ago, our community grew to over 2,000 subscribers, okay? That blows my mind. That is so cool. It has honestly been so great getting to know you guys, especially those of you who comment on my videos regularly or who follow me on Instagram and comment there or DM me there. And those of you who come to my live streams regularly, which oh my gosh, I've been loving doing the live streams lately. But I'm also super grateful for my silent subscribers. Those who just kind of watch and support me from a distance. I see you and I'm grateful for you. And so I figured it's been a while since we've done a Q&A on here, and I did a Q&A for when I hit 1,000 subscribers. So we might as well celebrate 2,000 subscribers with another Q&A. And so you can ask me about anything. You can ask me about my writing process. You can ask me about personal stuff. You can ask me about movies, books, my work in film and television, literally anything at all. You can even ask me questions about the next two things that I'm going to be talking about in this video. I'm also going to be posting it to my Instagram, so you can ask me the question through there if you're not comfortable posting it publicly in the comments, or you can just send me a DM on Instagram. My DMs are always open, so yeah. Okay, the next thing. So this is something that I've been going back and forth on for like over a year now. But then a few months ago, I was like, you know what? Even if this doesn't quite work out, even if it doesn't take off, I still want to try it. I want you, if you don't try, you'll never know. So I have decided to create a Patreon page. The main thing I've really struggled with in terms of creating this Patreon page is just, number one, feeling like I don't have anything of value to offer, which is absolutely absurd, and I want to challenge that. But also just my perfectionism and wanting to make sure that everything is absolutely perfect, and like I'm not perfect. If I just keep waiting to make sure everything is absolutely perfect, I'll never get anything done. I'll never share anything with the world. So here we are. Currently there are only 2 tiers on my Patreon page. So the first tier is called the Stay Gold tier. It's $2 Canadian, so whatever that exchange rate is for you, it might be less, it might be a little bit more, depending on where you live. And it's essentially a virtual tip jar for anyone who wants to support me, you know, in a monetary way. The perks of the first tier are patron shoutouts in all YouTube videos, access to patron-only posts, exclusive voting power, input and requests for upcoming YouTube videos, and just content in general. And then something I'm very excited about is a patron-only Discord server. I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but that is the first tier. So the second tier is the Gold Nugget tier, and it's $5, and you get everything that the Stay Gold tier gets, but you also get a little extra, including being the first to know about special announcements and publishing news and cover reveals and all that kind of stuff. Early access to all of my YouTube videos, as well as one Patreon exclusive video per month. And yeah, that's what I have so far. I really wanted to kind of start slower and smaller with this. I wanted to really take into consideration how much time and energy I realistically have to invest into my Patreon, because although right now I am unemployed and have all the time in the world, I am not always unemployed. And when I'm not unemployed, I have very little extra time and energy to invest in anything. So I wanted the perks, especially to start off, because I'm still getting my feet wet with this. I'm still figuring it all out. I really wanted them to be valuable, but also something that I could realistically maintain the quality of and the consistency of all throughout. When I'm working, when I'm not working, at all times. And right now these perks do feel very manageable, so we'll see how it goes. Now to talk about my Discord server. So I'm very excited about this, okay? I'm very excited. I've tried to make it as organized and user-friendly as possible, so I'm just gonna kind of walk you through some of the like channels and stuff. So the Discord server is called the Golden Ones, and essentially at the top you have like the welcome message and the rules and a kind of like introduce yourself section. Then we have the Diane-Mariee section, which is basically kind of like the place where you can go to ask me questions or see announcements that I've posted and just kind of keep up with me and what's going on in that way. Then we have the all things writing/craft section, which has a resources and tips channel where you can post any resources and tips you have for any part of the writing craft, the writing process. You can share books, blogs, YouTube videos, TikToks, whatever. Anything you feel that would be valuable or helpful to somebody else who's, you know, doing the writing thing. Then there's a section for requesting feedback, beta readers, critique partners. I often get asked like where I find my critique partners centers where I find beta readers and how to find them. So I thought it might be cool to have a little place where people can go and either like ask if anyone is willing to critique or beta read something, or if you just want to let people know that you're, you have time and you're willing to beta read something, whatever. And then I have an accountability check-in channel where you can essentially go in there and kind of state your goals for the day or for the week. You can keep us updated. People can kind of ask you about it to keep you accountable, and yeah. And then the last one in this channel might seem a little bit weird, but it's for those who get it. Those who get it, and those who don't. But it's a space where you can essentially share your fanfics or share fanfics that you are currently reading that you really love, or that you read in the past that you really love. Stuff like that, okay? I couldn't imagine making a Discord server and not having a channel dedicated to fanfiction, because that was my childhood, okay? That's where I did some of my best writing, and I love it. So there it is. Next is the everything book/reading section. And in here we have a kind of book talk and book recs channel where you can talk about the books that you're reading and that you're loving. You can recommend books, you can ask for recommendations, stuff like that. And then there's just a section for buddy reading where essentially you would post in there to find your new buddy read friend. I think buddy reading is so much fun, and maybe sometimes people might have a hard time finding somebody to buddy read with. So I think a place where people can kind of post like, hey, I want to read this book. Does anybody want to read it with me? Like that would be fun. I don't know. I just love the like community feeling of this Discord. That's what I want. And then I have my indie pub love section where essentially you can offer your tips and advice and tricks for indie publishing, and people can also ask specific questions. Basically just a place where you can go to find a little bit of self-publishing help, because it's a little scary. It's hard out there. So I think having a place where people can offer and ask for help would be good. And then of course there's a section where you can just kind of promote your indie book. Just shout about it. Let us know what it's about, why you love it, where we can find it, all of that stuff. And then the last section is just basically for everything else. There's like a general chat about anything channel, as well as a suggestions channel. I'm really open to suggestions about how I can offer more and just kind of make the experience better for anyone who joins the Discord or my Patreon. I do have some ideas for, if anyone joins the Discord server, like a few things that I want to do. Like there's one thing I've been thinking about doing. As you know, I work in film and television, so there are some shows that I have worked on that are like available on Netflix and stuff. And I was thinking it might be kind of fun on Discord to kind of have like TV show watching nights, where essentially we would watch an episode of the show that I worked on, and then I can kind of talk through the episode and talk about like behind the scenes stuff, specific fun facts about certain props or whatever. Like any, we'll see where the combo goes, but that's what I was thinking about. And I was thinking about starting with Shadowhunters, because that's still one of my favorite shows that I've ever worked on, but it's also the show that I worked on the longest. I did the last 2 seasons of it. So I thought it'd be really fun to kind of watch the show with you guys and just kind of reminisce and talk about what it was like filming it. So depending on if people are interested in that and if people join the Discord, who knows? It might just be me in that Discord server. It's fine. But if people do join and if people are interested in that, then I would absolutely love to do something like that. So yeah. Okay, now for what might be the most exciting announcement in this video, but also the most like nerve-wracking and like the one that's making me want to poop the most. I will be publishing a book this fall. Now, before anybody gets too excited, no, it is not Ben. Ben will not be ready by the end of the year. Not even close. So if it's not Ben, what is this book? If you've been keeping up with my vlogs at all over the last while, you'll have heard me talk about a secret project. This is it. Also, like the Discord and the Patreon and stuff, like that was also kind of part of the secret project, but the book is the secret. I will be posting a video very, very soon all about it, so it'll have the title reveal, the cover reveal, the publishing date, and all the fun little links. So you can pre-order and add it to your Goodreads, all that stuff. Now, a little bit about the book. I can tell you that it's a book of poetry. Although I have written poetry all my life, it was definitely something that I did a lot more as a kid. It's always been the thing that I kind of turn to when I have, a lot of emotions. When I got a lot of feelings, I definitely turn to poetry. But I've honestly never considered myself a poet. I want to be a novelist. I feel like that's kind of where my skill set lies. But this is a book of poetry. I've actually kind of been referring to it as a memoir in poetry. So it's kind of, here's what it is. Yes, there are poems in this book, but there are also photographs that I've taken, and there are also digital scans of my handwritten journals, some of which I turn into blackout poems. So it is poetry, but it's also, it's part poetry, part scrapbook, part memoir. It's a bit of a mixed bag. bag, okay? I haven't quite decided on whether or not I'll be sending out ARCs. I don't even know if anyone would be interested in ARCs for, like, do people get ARCs for poetry books? But if anyone is interested in getting an ARC of this book, maybe I'll make like an ARC interest form sign up sheet thing. I don't know, but if I do, that'll be in the next video. So yeah, that's what's going on. Those are all of my announcements. That's all of my kind of secret project stuff that I've been working on. I am so nervous, but also so freaking excited. And so yeah, while my novel is with Critique Partners, I've been kind of focusing on really finishing up what I need to finish up so that I can publish this book. I'm sweaty. I need to go poo. I gotta poo. One thing I thought might be kind of fun for me is if I were to give you guys like the acronym, like the abbreviation of the title of this book and have you guys guess what it might be. So the abbreviated title is ITIOLG. Those are the initials of the title of this book. I'm very curious to see if anyone gets it. I've been calling it Idiolg, which does not at all roll off the tongue. It is not a nice sound. But yeah, otherwise, let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you're excited about any of these announcements. Comment your questions down below for the 2K Q&A. I'll also be posting it on Instagram, so if you follow me there, you can do it there as well. Or instead, feel free to check out my Patreon. I'll have the link down below in the description as well. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Also, just a quick little sneak peek. I just went down to get this. This is the first ever proof copy of this book. And I'm about to open it for another vlog. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. And if you got to the end of this video, comment down below, stay gold, because you are golden. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.